Alright everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video we are going to be doing again the monthly series where I pick a certain price point and recommend a build for that price point. Today we have build this July, since it is July 1st today, and the price points I chose today are $430, $1,000, and $1,500. And I chose these because I thought $430 is kind of somewhat of a kind of entry-level gaming PC. And then $1,000 is kind of mid-range, and then your $1,500 is kind of, you know, getting up there in the kind of expensive price point. So, yeah, we went a bit over on pretty much all of them. With the first one, we went, actually, the first one we were $5 under. The second one we went, let me see here, I forgot to write this down. But the, why can't I find it? Oh, wait, what? Okay, well, whatever, you know, we went up. Well, next one we went $4 over, and then we went $5 over. So yeah, that's basically it for that. And if you don't have the extra money, then, you know, work an extra day or ask someone in the store for some money if you, yeah. But first build, or our first budget is $430, and our build came in at $425. So the first one for our CPU, we have the Ryzen 3 3200G. Now this is clocked at 3.6 gigahertz. It's overclockable because it is a Ryzen processor. It comes with Radeon Vega 8 graphics. We're getting 4 cores, so a quad core processor, and this thing is $100. Now I went with this thing because Intel, for about the same price, didn't offer anything with graphics integrated, so that's why I went with Intel. But it does come with a cooler, which is the Wraith Stealth. This is the Wraith Spire. Right there, that's the Wraith Spire, but it's just a little bit shorter than that. It pretty much looks the same. You do get a nice sleeved black cable, except for some heat shrink up there. So yeah, very cool stuff. You get pre-applied thermal paste, and a nice 4-pin PWM fan connector with that cooler. And this was obviously free with our purchase of our AMD CPU. For our motherboard, we have the Gigabyte B450M DS3H Micro ATX motherboard. Now I went with this motherboard. It was a little bit on the budget side at $72, but you do get a few features with it. You know, you get I/O shield, you get M.2 support, which is nice. You get 2 SATA cables, so that will be enough for our drives today, but you may need to buy more of these SATA cables in the future. So yeah, more on that later. But yeah, you get 2 of them. No pre-installed I/O shield, which I want to expect for $72. But you do get a nice motherboard. It's on the B450 chipset, so later down the line you can drop in, you know, a 3600X, 3900X. So great stuff there. Now for RAM, we went with the G.Skill Ripjaws 5 16 gigabyte kit. You get 16 gigabytes across 2 DIMMs, each 8 gigabytes. Cast latency is 16. DDR4 3600 speed, just since Ryzen likes faster memory. Now you could get away with 3200 or even 3000, but for $80, I thought, why not? Now it doesn't come in with like any fancy RGB stuff, but it's still a good kit. So for storage, I went with a 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue hard drive, 72 RPM, 3.5 inch, and I got this on sale for $30. Now, you could throw in a $44 one and buy it new, but I found an auction on eBay for $30, so I went with it. It was a buy it now. If parts are from eBay here, it is a buy it now. And next, we went with our Kingston 120 gigabyte A400 SSD. This is 2.5 inch, $28, so pretty good deal. Yeah, so basically that's it. So for our case, we went with the DIY PC Ranger R8. Now this is an ATX mid tower, so it can support an ATX board if you want to upgrade to that on like the B450 Tomahawk Max. Alright everybody, so as I was saying, you can upgrade to the MSI B450 Tomahawk Max if you really wanted to, or the Tomahawk. Both are great choices. That will be used later in this build. I chose the yellow version. You can get this in like red, blue, green, orange. But it includes one fan in the front, one in the back, and one on the side panel. And we got this thing for about $45. With 3 RGB fans, which I thought was a pretty good deal. Now for our GPU, obviously we're using integrated graphics, which is free, so we don't really need a GPU, so I didn't include one. And then for our power supply, we went with the Thermaltake Smart Series 430 watt power supply. This is 80 plus certified, and it is non-modular, but it was $54, so the cables are gonna look like that. So not that pretty, but you know, you can buy some sweet cable extensions for like $30 from like Asia Horse. Thermaltake, I'm pretty sure, sells extensions. So yeah, you can just, or you could sleeve your own cables, or you could just sleeve them yourself, but either one. So we have a few accessories here. Now I wanted Wi-Fi, so I threw in a Wi-Fi card for $10. And then I found these $5 light strips. So yeah, I'll put those up on screen, obviously, same with the Wi-Fi card, and then all the parts will be up on screen as well. So again, our total was $425. Now, next we have our $1,000 build. This came in at $1,004, so we were $4 over, but I thought it was good enough. So for our CPU, we have the Ryzen 5 2600, 3.4 gigahertz, 6 cores, includes the Respire cooler. So this one, you know, same thing as last time, you know, sleeve black cables, stuff like that, that the Intel stock cooler does not offer you. Yeah, 145, you can overclock it, obviously, because it is a Ryzen CPU. So yeah, now for a cooler, we went with the NH-D15 from Noctua. Now, normally I go with AIOs, and normally... Alrighty. So, as I was saying, I normally don't choose air coolers, but I really like the NH15. Now, this is a tower cooler that supports 2 fans that are included. What I like is the AMD mounting hardware and the Intel mounting hardware are in 2 separate boxes, and they're labeled so you can't screw that up. So I like that feature for new users. And then if you want a quiet system, they include low noise adapters. And I also like that they include a Alright, so as I was saying, you get all this for the great price of $109. So yeah, really great stuff. Now the fans are a little bit ugly, but that's just the typical Noctua fashion. So yeah, for our motherboard, we have the MSI B450 Tomahawk Max for $124. Now this has gone a little bit up since quarantine. It's normally, you can normally find it around for $114. But yeah, you get 2 SATA cables. So yeah, really good. We are going to need to buy 2 more SATA cables for this build, but they're pretty cheap, so don't worry. And then you do get non-premium SATA. Alright, so as I was saying, I don't actually remember what I was saying, but I was talking about the motherboard, you know, MSI Tomahawk B450 Max. So yeah, basically same thing. No integrated I/O shield, which is kind of sad, but you know, whatever. So for RAM, we have the exact same RAM as last time, just because it's such a good deal for Ryzen. So just a refresher: G.Skill Ripjaws 5, 3600 speed. So that's basically it. Now for storage, we have 4 SSDs. Now these are $27 each. Yeah, I found them $1 cheaper last time they were 28, but yeah. So as a reminder, they are the Kingston A400 120 gigabyte SSDs. And here we go. We have 2 SATA data cables, but we're gonna need to buy more SATA data cables. So we'll buy 2. So I'll tell you the price of 2 more later. And then for our GPU, we have the XFX Radeon RX 598 gigabyte Fat Boy Overclocked Edition for $219. So yeah, this isn't the greatest RX 590, but it's one of the cheapest in our budget, pretty much. So yeah. Then we have, for our case, we have the NZXT H510i. Now this includes 2 pre-installed light strips. Their smart device to power your fans. So yeah, that's also included, which is very nice for $100. And you get 1 fan in the top, 1 in the back. And then this one also comes in many colors, so I chose the white and black. You can also get the black and red, you can get the blue. And then they sell some custom ones as well that are departed from the normal one. And then for our power supply, we have the Cooler Master MWE 650 watt 80 plus gold certified fully modular power supply for $100. Now the cables are going to look like this, just like that there. But yeah, I think it's totally fine that they look like this. Personally, now you could get some extensions. It's not as needed as the last power supply because this is a lot better than this, but it's not fully needed. But I would recommend it for about $30, or sleeving your own, like I will do. But yeah. So yeah, for our accessories, we have 2 Kingwin CF 012 LB 120 millimeter fans. Now these are black. They're $6.50 each. So yeah, and then our 2 SATA cables that I was talking about, because our motherboard only had 2, and we needed 4. So yeah, they're $1 each, basically, on Newegg. So, and they are the nice black ones as well, not a stupid color like blue, red, purple. Actually, I don't think they make purple. But yeah, for total, again, it is $1,004. So now we have our $1,500 build, and this build would cost you about $1,505 to build yourself. Now this is probably my favorite build. Now yeah, we made some compromises here. We made 1 compromise, but I think it's totally fine. So yeah. Alright, now CPU, we have the Ryzen 7 3700X, 3.6 gigahertz, 8-core processor. That does come with the Wraith. Oh no, it's not the Wraith. It's the RGB one. I can't remember its name off the top of my head, but it's the stock cooler. It's the Wraith Prism. That's what it is. The Wraith Prism RGB cooler. So yeah. So yeah, and we got this for $275 or $274. It rounds to $275. Yeah. So for our motherboard, we have the Asus ROG Strix P450F Gaming motherboard. Now, what's really important about this one is it includes 4 SATA cables. Now, these are the 2 that I use when I did mine personally, but yeah. So yeah, you get 4, and we'll be populating all 4. So yeah, and we got this for $130. So if you really wanted, you could spend the extra $6 and just buy this motherboard out of the gate for the last build. And then it would be just a little bit more expensive, but then you can take off the $2 for last build. So yeah. Now for RAM, we have the same as the first and second build, G.Skill G.Skill Ripjaws 5 3600 speed. Now what I probably would do with this build is, I didn't write this down, but I would probably, well, I'll tell you later what I would probably do and what you should do if you're building this system yourself. So for our storage, we have the same hard drive, actually $44, but it's the same hard drive, we're just paying full price for it this time. So you could go with that. And then the other hard drive here, so this is kind of what I was saying you should do differently. So I have a 320 gigabyte SSD in here, not SSD, hard drive in here. But what I would do is I would probably, Ryzen likes fast memory, but it's not required. So I'd probably go down to a 3000 or a 3200 gig kit and then get the full 1 terabyte or SSD. So yeah, that's probably what I would do if I were building the system myself. So yeah, and then this is a green hard drive instead of a blue one. Now for SSD, we have the same SSD as the first and second build. We have 2 of these. So just a reminder, they are the Kingston A400 drives. So yeah. And then for our last drive here, we have an M.2. So these are the screws required. There, as you can see, screws required. I got the pin or the mount and the screw in there. So yeah. Oh, I forgot to talk about this, but you will need to remove these from your motherboard to mount this guy and some of our other coolers. And with our cooler we're using today in this build. So we just got the Team MS30 128 gigabyte M.2 SSD. Now this is not an NVMe M.2, but it is an M.2. So $20, you can't complain for that. So yeah, now for our GPU, we went with the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 Super 8 gigabyte Founders Edition card. Now you can also get the Gigabyte card, which I will also have on screen, but you can also get this one for the same price, so just choose whether you want the Founders Edition or a custom Gigabyte one. So yeah, basically, yep. Alright, and it is 8 gigabytes, as I said, from NVIDIA. Now for a case, it was the same one, NZXT H510i, same things as I said about it last time. Really great case. I do really recommend it, and it's $100 again. So yeah, now for PSU or power supply, we have the Corsair RM 2019 650 watt 80 plus gold certified fully modular power supply, and you get these same cables as last time, which is great. Get some extensions, sleeve them, whatever you want to do, or just leave it, because it's probably fine if you leave it. So yeah, and then obviously back, front, whatever you do, back and top. Now for our cooler. Now here we went with a custom water cooling loop because it was actually less than our Noctua H15. So yeah, in the loop you get soft tubing, you get a universal GPU and CPU one block. You get the bar fittings, which is fine. You get a 240 millimeter rad and 2 included fans for $100. So I thought this was a pretty good deal. I was thinking about buying one of these myself, but probably not. I probably won't end up buying one. But yeah, so yeah, you can totally buy that. Great stuff there. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. And then for coolant, we have the Corsair Hydra X Series X15 Performance Coolant. So yeah, it comes in blue, red, green, purple, clear, so whatever you want for $15. Now on their website it's $18, but yeah, here it's $15 on the website, and you get 1 liter of it, which should be enough for your loop. Now for our accessories, we have the Wi-Fi card, we have the TP-Link WN881ND, PCIe 1X 802.11/A/B/G/N Wi-Fi card for $16. And then we have the Silverstone wireless 24 gigabytes or gigahertz, sorry, high power. Power and reset switch. Now this is wireless, so you basically get a remote. Click the button and then it turns it off. Click the button, resets it. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool. Turn it on. I thought that was a cool thing for $33 that I absolutely needed. And then we have now this case doesn't have any USB 2, which I kind of would have liked. So I got this USB 2 card, and it basically gives you 2 internal USB ports, which I thought was cool. So yeah, and our total is $1,505. And those were the builds for this month. Don't recommend building a computer right now. This isn't really a good time to build a computer because of prices, quarantine, and stuff like that. But I do hope you enjoyed this month's builds. I thought they were really cool, and this is a great series to, and a fun series for me film. So guys, I want to thank you for watching, and have a great and fantastic rest of your day. And make sure to check out last month's build if you didn't like any of these builds, and make sure to check out the build next month when they come out. So yeah.
Go.